Hey guys, Mick from DM here. Just continuing on with our series of product reviews on some of the new LEATT gear that we've been using. We've had some of this stuff for a while, and so had a fair bit of use and good chance to actually really test it. And the gear that I'm reviewing is actually my personal gear. If you're interested in our relationship with LEATT, there is a disclaimer video on that does explain where we're at with it. But I was super keen to be working with a brand that provides this sort of level of quality of equipment and a full range. So one of the first products I tried from LEATT was the backpacks. I had a look at this particular pack. I saw it online, thought it looked like a really great solution, and decided I'd give it a try. So I actually ordered it and paid for it myself to give it a try and see if it worked. And I've got to say I was super pleased with it. So this is a fairly large backpack. It's bigger than what most people would use riding. I typically only use it when I'm working and I need to carry a fair bit of gear. I found that a number of the other packs that I've tried in the past would tend to either sit a bit too low in the waistband, which would get uncomfortable and kind of push my knees down, or they were kind of tall, and when I was sort of riding downhill fast, I was in a forward position, they get caught up under the back of my helmet a bit and restrict my view somewhat. So this looked like a good solution, and I decided to give it a try, and I've got to say I was really impressed. So it's about a 25 litre capacity, I believe. It's got this fairly unique harness system where it's a full strap around your chest rather than having shoulder straps and a waistband. I found it works really well and provides great support and doesn't move around. From a room point of view, you've got a number of small pockets in the front, which you can carry phones and GoPros and things in. It is set up for a hydration bladder. I use water bottles on my bike, so I don't typically use the hydration bladder, but I find it's a good place for microphones. We all carry radios when we're coaching. Good solid large side pockets that provide plenty of room. This side I just carry my radio in there. Same on the other side. Large side pouches where you can put water bottles and other bits and pieces. And the back has a number of straps on here that work really well for hanging a helmet on or extra pads or stuff that doesn't fit inside. The main pack itself, large components, large pockets inside. The top is a goggle pocket, so it's actually a padded pocket. It's quite large. I can actually fit my DJI drone in there, which is a good place to carry it. It's nice and protected. Or you can use it for carrying goggles. The back pouch I've got set up for tools. So I carry on my bike the normal tools that I would use for fixing my bike, but then all the additional tools that I carry when I'm coaching, some snacks, sunscreen, other bits and pieces. There's plenty of room inside the pack for those on that separate compartment. The main compartment, zip that one up. The main compartment, once again, is really big, around that size. In there's a couple of separate pouches for bits. I carry quite a large first aid kit, so I do a lot of first response out here. So I do carry a quite substantial first aid kit that I wouldn't normally carry when I'm riding by myself. And in winter, so I haven't got around to taking it out yet as it's warming up, I carry a pretty big space blanket, which is once again part of my emergency response gear that I wouldn't normally carry. But really big compartments, good pockets. There's a pocket in the bottom where you can put hydration pack. Their hydration system is a really long, narrow, low one. So rather than hanging high, it sits quite low across the bottom. It also has a pocket in the front, which is very well vented and contains back armour, which once again, it is removable. I really like this idea from having a crash years ago and copping a pump in my kidneys. I really like the idea of having some protection on your back. And it also saves me wearing my body armour when I'm carrying a pack. Now the adjustment systems, you've got length adjustment at the shoulders, you've got side adjustments, and you've got adjustments at the front. It fits me pretty well. I think if you're quite small, the harness system may be a little bit big and it may come around you too far. So it's definitely worth trying from that point of view. But for me, it certainly works really, really well. So the way the harness system works on this is you've got these clips on the front. It's all adjustable and it holds the weight fairly high there. I find it gives me a really good range of movement, and the pack doesn't move at all on my back. So I can carry quite a lot of big gear in this. Quite often I'll have first aid kit, the stuff that's shown there, and I'll also have my video camera, drone, all sorts of other bits, some warm clothing, and it still stays in place when I'm jumping or riding through rough ground. So if you need to carry a bit of gear, it's a really, really great option. So this pack is one of the things that actually got me into using the LEATT equipment. I gave it a go, that and some shoes, really, really liked it, and then decided I wanted to try more and more of their gear as time went on, and ended up with pretty much using exclusively LEATT now. Hopefully this was useful. If you've got any questions, feel free to message, but awesome gear, and thanks for watching, and see you out on the trails.